Yeah, family, y'all. Just keep it tight, keep it tight, keep it tight. Oh, right. Yeah. Here we go.
I'm the Reverend Dr. Jamie Mathias, pastor of Holy Family Catholic Church in Austin, Texas. I'll be honest, I'm not typically one who runs to the movie theater to see a new movie as soon as it comes out, unless it's a Disney movie. As a young artist and cartoonist, I was fascinated with animation. I loved cartoons. And even now, years later, when a new animated Disney movie comes out, I'm there. So, can you guess the last movie that I saw? That's right, it was Maleficent. Maleficent is Disney's recreation of the story of Sleeping Beauty, but this time told from the perspective of an official Disney villain. What's fascinating about the movie is that the supposed villain, Maleficent, utters a curse over Princess Aurora, whom we know as Sleeping Beauty, and it's a curse that no power on earth can undo. That's how powerful Maleficent's words are. Nothing on earth can undo her words once she's uttered them. At one point in the movie, even Maleficent tries to revoke her own curse over the beautiful Aurora, but Maleficent's words are so powerful that not even she can undo them. Our faith tradition tells us that God's word is powerful, even more powerful than Maleficent's words. How did God create the world? By speaking words, "Let there be light." How did God give direction and guidance to God's people? By God's word communicated through the law and the prophets. And how did God redeem this world? By sending God's word, Christ, into the world. Wow, and you thought Maleficent's words were powerful. In today's first reading, Deutero-Isaiah concludes his section of the book of Isaiah by saying that just as the rain comes down from heaven and has tremendous power, watering the earth and making it fertile and fruitful and transforming seeds into wheat from which we make our daily bread, so too God's word rains down on us, watering our sometimes dry spirits and bringing life to the dry desert moments of our lives. But does God only share the rain with good people? Does God only share the sun with those who appreciate it? No. Instead, God causes the sun to rise on the good and the evil, and sends rain on the righteous and the unrighteous. The image that comes to mind is that of the sower in today's gospel, who indiscriminately throws seeds in all directions. Yes, some of the seeds fall on hard soil and never take root. Yes, some of the seeds fall on shallow, rocky ground and never produce fruit. Yes, some of the seeds fall among thorns and are choked, but there are also some seeds that fall onto good ground and produce an incredible harvest. In the early church, people understood that Jesus was really talking about them. They realized that they were the different types of soil, each receiving the seed of God's word in different ways. Some of them were hard hearts that would seemingly never allow God's word to bear fruit. Some of them had lives that were simply too shallow or rocky to produce great fruit. For some of them, the seed of God's word would be choked by the thorns around them, and there are enough thorns in this life. And ultimately, they all hoped that their hearts might be that good soil in which the seed of God's word might take root and bear fruit. But before that interpretation of today's gospel sprang up, There was an older interpretation that focused on the prodigal sower, on the generosity of the sower who indiscriminately threw the seeds out in the direction of all types of soil. The seeds of all those values that we hear Sunday after Sunday, those seeds of love and peace and forgiveness, how generously are you sharing them with others? Are you like the prodigal sower in today's gospel, generously sharing your love with all types of people, regardless of how hard their hearts seem to be? Are you wishing them peace and forgiveness and all good, regardless of how shallow they sometimes seem? Are you following in Jesus' footsteps, indiscriminately sharing your love with everyone, regardless of who they are, what they look like, or how they live their lives? Do you avoid those who are being choked by the thorns of life, or do you take the risk of being pricked? And do you do your part to help all our brothers and sisters to flourish as the people that God intends them to be? Have you seen the movie Maleficent? In the beginning, Maleficent is a good person. She's beneficent. She lives in a peaceful and tranquil kingdom of gentle creatures. She magically heals the snapped branch of a tree. She has mercy on a captured raven. She's a good person, or creature if you prefer, until she meets Stefan, the boy who steals her first kiss. And when she discovers how greedy and power-hungry Stefan really is, she erects thorns all around her kingdom. I won't spoil the movie for you, but I will tell you that the thorns remain there until the end of the movie, when Maleficent finds peace in her heart. Maleficent's words were powerful, and if we were honest, our words can be pretty powerful too. Our own maleficent words can erect thorny walls between us and others, and our beneficent words can help to tear down those walls and to help liberate those who are experiencing thorny moments in life. Brothers and sisters, may we be more and more like the prodigal sower in today's gospel, generously sharing words of love and peace and forgiveness with all people, regardless of how good or hard or shallow or thorny their lives seem to be.